morning, all of you. Welcome back to our science class. I hope all of you are staying well at home. Are you all taking good care of yourself? You're taking care of your diet? Beta, please be sure that you take a good diet, okay? A healthy diet, because a healthy diet really helps us become immune to diseases. You understand what is immune? When we have a strong immunity, a strong immune system, that means we are able to fight against whatever infections are trying to enter our body, right? Whatever infections are trying to enter our body, whatever infections are trying to make us sick. If we have a strong immune system, if we have a strong immunity, only then we are able to fight against them. And which all factors help in strong immunity? The very first factor is a good healthy diet. Okay, so I request all of you, beta, please be very careful about your diet. Okay, and the second thing also is about, it's about physical activity, right? I am telling you every day, right? Every day we've been talking about this, that beta, please do little bit of physical activity. If you can go on your terrace and play, it's fine. Otherwise you can only play inside your home, or you can simply dance at your favorite music. Okay, so please make sure that you have some kind of physical activity, so that you gain strong immunity against infections. All right. Okay, so with this note, uh, I hope that you will all follow what I'm saying, right? So let's just be hopeful, and things will get pretty soon. They will get over, right? All these bad things, all these crisis situations, let's just all pray together to God that they get finished very soon. Okay, because then only we could come back and meet in our school. Yes, you want to come back to your schools or not? You want to, right? So that is only possible if we pray to God every day, that God, please make the things as they were earlier, right? Please finish this coronavirus soon from our earth. Okay, all right, so let's start our today's class. Yesterday we talked about different types of habitats. Yes, we talked about the terrestrial habitat, in which we had deserts, we had mountain regions, right? Two different types of terrestrial habitats we learned. We also learned about acclimatization, right? Acclimatization is a very, very important feature and something very common which we see around us, right? So I also gave you that example, remember? So that is something which we see around us quite often, right? Whenever there's a change in the weather, what happens? Whenever there's a change in the season, what happens? Our body, it slowly adjusts to it, right? जल्दी जल्दी, मतलब थोड़ा slowly, लेकिन उसको adjust कर लेते हैं. लेकिन because जो climate में changes हैं वो भी slow हैं, that is why जब तक वो properly change होता है, हमारी body भी properly change हो जाती है according to those changes in the surroundings. Understand? So that is acclimatization. Fine. So let's start our today's session. Okay. Right. So we learned about deserts. We learned about the plants and the animals in the deserts, which have various kinds of adaptations to adjust in the surroundings, right? Then we also talked about mountain regions, how the plants and the animals in the mountain regions, they have got different types of features in their body, how they are able to adjust to the surroundings, right? So even the animals also and the plants also. Next, we come to the next topic, that is grasslands. Okay, so grasslands are what? They are basically wide, very open grounds, right? Open grounds that we have. So when we have a grassland, so what all features does an animal which is living in a grassland need to have? उसको क्या फीचर्स लर्न करने पड़ते हैं, एक प्लांट को क्या फीचर लर्न करने पड़ते हैं? All those things we will talk about today. Okay, so a lion lives in a forest or a grassland and is a strong animal that can hunt and kill animals like deer. We all know that. It is light brown in color. Look at the picture of a lion and that of a deer. How are the eyes placed in the face for these two animals? Are they in the front or on the side of the face? Okay, so they have directly started with the lion. Grasslands में बहुत सारे animals होते हैं, herbivores होते हैं, carnivores होते हैं, and so many wide variety of plants we have, right? लेकिन बेटा, you must all understand, हमें ये तो पता है कि क्योंकि वहां पे सफिशिएंट रेनफॉल होगी, वहां पे सफिशिएंट फूड होगा, तो प्लांट्स को या फिर एनिमल्स को एज सच एडजस्ट नहीं करना पड़ेगा. बट नो, दैट इज नॉट ट्रू. इफ फूड इज अबंडेंट, water is abundant, even animals are abundant. So many animals are living in the grasslands. So it's such a huge variety of animals which are living. So what does that create? That creates competition for food. Understand? That creates competition for food. Even a deer wants to eat plants, even a giraffe wants to eat plants, even a rabbit wants to eat plants. So many animals will be there who are wanting to eat the plants. So there is so much of competition for food. Same way with animals also. It's just not one lion. There might be so many lions there. So they have to hunt for their food. They have to compete for food. Because if there is so much of food, there are so much of animals also, and that is the reason why so much of competition is there between the animals for food. And that is how they survive, that whatever animal is able to win that competition for food gets the food. Are you able to understand? Fine. So it is not that if the grasslands have got too much food, so there will be no adaptations needed for the animals. No, everywhere adaptations are needed for animals to survive, right? So now here they have started with the lion and the deer. So let's just tell you that what do the lion and the deer have? What kind of adaptations do they have, since they need to survive in grasslands? Understand? So let's first look at the eyes of the lion and eyes of the deer. Can you see that for the lion, the eyes, just like us, are right there in the front of their face. But for the deer, they are towards the side. Can you see that? They are towards the side. Why is that so? That is because a lion has to precisely see its prey, which is right there in front of you. So if it needs to see the prey and it needs to precisely see the distance, उसको distance भी देखना है, कितनी दूर है मेरा शिकार. So that is why it has eyes in the front. Okay. What about the deer? Deer को क्यों side में eyes दी है? Think about it. Deer को side में इसलिए eyes दी हैं because when it sees when it has eyes in the sides, it can see a large, wide view around it. You understand? It can see widely around itself in all the directions, so that it is always careful that if the lion or some other carnivore is coming to hunt it, it should be careful. So that is the reason why deer have got eyes in the sides, so that they can have a wide view around themselves. If from some direction some hunter or some animal is not coming to eat it, right? So that is important for its survival. Lion के survival के लिए important है कि उसको food मिले, और deer के survival के लिए important है कि वो किसी का food ना बन जाए, right? So that is why deer has eyes in the sides, but lion has eyes in the front. Okay. Now, the second thing, lions have long claws in their front legs that can be withdrawn inside the toes. Do you know that? This is a very important feature of the lions. उनके जो claws होते हैं ना, दे उनके वो पंजों में जो नाखून होते हैं, right? वो retractable होते हैं. Okay, I'll repeat the word. That is retractable. What does that mean? Retractable means कि वो अंदर जा सकते हैं. वो क्लॉज ऐसे नहीं होते कि जो पूरा टाइम बाहर रहते हैं. फाइन. वो जो उनके क्लॉज होते हैं वो सिर्फ तभी बाहर आते हैं when they are going to hunt, when they are going to attack. जब वो नॉर्मली घूम रहे हैं, वो सो रहे हैं, वो नॉर्मली घूम रहे हैं, वो कुछ भी कर रहे हैं, they are only roaming about, उस टाइम पे those claws they go back inside their skin. Do you know that? ऐसा क्यों होता होगा? Why has God given it such a feature? It is because अगर वो sharp claws के साथ पूरा time walk करेंगे rough forest floor पे या rough grassland के floor पे, तो क्या होगा? उनके जो claws हैं वो घिस के blunt हो जाएंगे, right? They will wear off. They will become blunt. They will not be as sharp. So to maintain their sharpness, to avoid them getting blunt, they have got this feature of retractable claws, in which the claws, they only come out when the lion is going to hunt. Otherwise, they are present inside the skin so that they do not get blunt. Understand? That is another important, very important feature that lion has. Imagine if lion would not have such sharp claws, it will not be able to attack properly, right? So that is another feature that they have. Okay, so do the features of a lion help it in any way? Of course they do, right? They do, na? It helps them to survive. All right. So I am just telling you this thing, okay? How what happens in this? All right. So these all features, so we have already learned that they are helping the lion. What all features does lion have? Does it have more features also? Yes, it has got one more feature. It's light brown color. It helps to hide in the dry grasslands when it hunts for the prey. Prey kya hota hai? See, this is not prey. This is prey. Prey, P-R-E-Y. That is shikar. Okay, prey, it means shikar, the animals to eat. So it has it's light brown color. It helps it to hide in the dry grasslands जब वो hunt कर रहा होता है prey के लिए. The eyes in front of the face allow it to have a correct idea about the location of its prey. I just told you. Deer is another animal that lives in the forests and the grasslands. It has strong teeth for chewing hard plant stems of the forest. अब deer को क्या क्या features मिले हैं? उसके teeth strong हैं, right? That is one feature. Another feature is that a deer needs to know about the presence of predators. Predator क्या होता है? शिकारी. वो animal जो शिकार कर रहा है, right? That is a predator. जिसका शिकार हो रहा है, that is prey. जो शिकार कर रहा है, that is predator. So a deer needs to know about the presence of predators in order to run away from them and not become their prey. It has long ears to hear movements of predators. Deer के ears भी लंबे होते हैं ताकि उसको कोई भी हल्की सी भी आवाज आए predator की तो वो सुन पाए. Right? The eyes on the side of its head allow it to look in all directions for danger. और मैंने बता ही दिया तुम्हें आइज क्यों साइड में होती हैं, राइट? द स्पीड ऑफ द डियर हेल्प्स देम टू रन अवे फ्रॉम द प्रेडेटर। अब देखो बेटा, नेचर ने अच्छे फीचर्स सबको दिए हैं, प्रे को भी दिए हैं, प्रेडेटर्स को भी दिए हैं। इट्स जस्ट दैट हाउ वेल दे यूज देयर फीचर्स। जितना अच्छे से वो यूज कर पाएंगे वो सरवाइव करेंगे, अगर वो अच्छे से यूज नहीं कर पाएंगे तो वो मारे जाएंगे। अंडरस्टैंड? अब एक लायन है, उसको बहुत अच्छे फीचर्स दे दिए, उसको शार्प क्लॉज दे दिए, उसको स्पीड दे दी, उसको आईज फ्रंट में दे दी ताकि प्रिसाइजली वो देख पाए, लेकिन अगर वो लायन आलसी होगा तो क्या होगा? वो जाएगा शिकार करने? वो नहीं जाएगा। और अगर वो शिकार करने नहीं जाएगा, अल्टीमेटली व्हाट विल हैपन? इट विल डाई ऑफ हंगर। सो nature has provided them with everything whatever is needed. Okay, it's just that how well they are using it, that only helps them to survive. Understand? Now there are many other features of the lion, deer or other animals and plants that help them to survive in their habitat. Understand? Now we talk about some aquatic habitats. What are aquatic habitats? The habitats which are in water, right? So first we are talking about oceans. We already discussed how fish are adapted to live in the sea. ये तो हमने पढ़ लिया था, हमने देखा था फिश के पास फिन्स होते हैं, गिल्स होते हैं, बॉडी पे स्केल्स होते हैं, बॉडी स्ट्रीमलाइन शेप होती है. We have done all that. Many other sea animals also have streamlined shapes of their bodies to help them move easily in water, right? There are some animals like squids and octopus which do not have streamlined shape. अब squids और octopus की नहीं होती है streamlined shapes, तो क्या वो move नहीं कर सकते हैं पानी में? नहीं, वो move कर सकते हैं. They stay deeper in the ocean near the seabed and catch any prey that moves towards them. वो क्या करते हैं? वो ज्यादा ऊपर की तरफ नहीं रहते हैं, वो डीपर रहते हैं ताकि उनको ज्यादा मूव ना करना पड़े, जो भी प्रे आए वो उसको खा ले. However, when they move in water, they make their body shape streamlined. वो स्ट्रीमलाइन शेप के नहीं होते, पर जब उनको मूव करना होता है तब वो ऐसी शेप बना लेते हैं स्ट्रीमलाइन जैसी. हैव यू सीन एन ऑक्टोपस कैसे मूव करता है? होता तो वो ऐसे ऐसे उसके लेग्स होते हैं, राइट? और ऊपर ऑक्टोपस का हेड होता है और नीचे उसके वो होते हैं, लेकिन जब वो मूव करता है ना तो वो ऐसे मूव करता है, ऐसे, राइट? सो इट मेक्स स्ट्रीमलाइन शेप, right? It makes it streamlined so that it can move easily in water. Now these animals have also got gills to help them use oxygen dissolved in water. Just like fish, इनके पास भी gills होते हैं और ये उससे easily breathe कर सकते हैं पानी में. लेकिन there are some sea animals like whales and dolphins which do not have gills. Whales और dolphins के पास gills नहीं होते हैं. So how do they manage? They breathe in air through their nostrils. जैसे हमारे nostrils होते हैं ना, वैसे ही whales और dolphins के भी nostrils होते हैं. You know what are they called? They are called blowholes. They are called blowholes that are located on the upper part of their heads. Heads के upper part पे located होते हैं. They allow them to breathe in air when they swim near the surface of water. आपने देखा है whales और dolphins, they always jump out of water then go inside, jump out of water, go inside. Regularly they do this. So what do? When they jump out of water, they breathe. So that means they are living in the water, but they are not breathing in the water. They are actually breathing in the air. They are on and off, they are coming out of the water into the air to breathe. So imagine what beautiful adaptations they have got. They can survive in water without breathing in water, right? You are seeing the beauty of nature, the strength of nature, how well they have trained their animals, right? So these whales and dolphins, they are also trained beautifully that they have blowholes. They jump outside water and breathe, and then they go back inside. So they can stay inside the water for a long time without breathing. वो क्या कर सकते हैं? पानी में बहुत टाइम तक बिना breathing के रह सकते हैं. That is another feature. That's another adaptation that nature has blessed them with. That is how they are able to, वो ना, they are able to survive. नहीं तो अगर उनको on and off एक एक सेकंड में आना पड़ेगा, जैसे हम होंगे तो हमें तो बार बार लेनी पड़ेगी ना ऑक्सीजन. बट नो, दे हैव गॉट दिस फीचर कि वो बहुत टाइम तक बिना ब्रीथ किए रह सकते हैं. देन अगेन दे कम आउट, अगेन दे ब्रीथ, अगेन गो बैक इनसाइड. That is their feature. So they come out of the to the surface from time to time to breathe in air. Did you ever see this interesting activity of dolphins? I'm sure you would have all seen that, right? Now we next come to the ponds and lakes. Have you seen plants growing in the ponds, lakes and rivers, and even some drains, right? So some of these plants have their roots fixed in the soil below the water, right? तो कई plants तो ऐसे होते हैं जिनकी roots जो soil है, पानी के नीचे जहां तक भी soil है, उसमें उनकी roots fix होती हैं, right? लेकिन सबके साथ ऐसे नहीं होता है, right? Some are even floating in water, right? उनके roots पानी में ही float कर रहे हैं. In terrestrial plants, roots normally play a very important role. हमें पता है terrestrial plants में तो roots का ही main काम होता है पानी देना और minerals देना, everything, right? Nutrients देना. However, in aquatic plants, roots are much reduced in size and their main function is to hold the plant in place. तो aquatic plants में roots का काम फिर भी कम होता है, उनका major काम होता है plant को place में रखना, क्योंकि अगर वो वाले plants हैं which are जिनकी roots नीचे soil में fixed है, तो then roots are playing an important role. The stems of these plants are long, hollow and light. और ऐसे plants की stems कैसी होती हैं? Long, hollow and light, so that the stems grow up to the surface of the water while the leaves and flowers float on the surface of water. Stems जो हैं वो पानी के नीचे deep तक चली जाएं और roots को वहां पे roots तक चली जाएं, right? और जो leaves होते हैं वो तो पानी के ऊपर ही float करते रहते हैं. Fine. So some aquatic plants are submerged in water. All parts of such plants are underwater. Submerged मतलब completely वो पानी के अंदर है, right? तो उनके सारे parts पानी के अंदर हैं. Some of these plants have narrow and thin ribbon-like leaves. उनके leaves कैसे होते हैं? Narrow और thin, ताकि फ्लोइंग वाटर में वो बेंड कर जाए. अगर उनके लीफ स्टिफ होंगे तो फ्लोइंग वाटर के प्रेशर से वो टूट जाएंगे, वो डैमेज हो जाएंगे. तो इसलिए उनके थिन लीव्स होते हैं जो कि पानी के साथ ही मूव कर जाएं, ताकि लीव्स एंड समटाइम्स लीव्स आर हाईली डिवाइडेड आल्सो, राइट, थ्रू व्हिच द वाटर कैन easily flow without damaging them. अब देखो, next we talk about frogs. Frogs usually live in ponds. Yeah, they can stay both inside and outside. So they have strong back legs जो उनको move jump करने में move करते हैं. Back leg के basis पे तो jump करते हैं ना वो, तो back leg पे जोर डाल के एकदम से they jump, right? So उनकी back leg strong है ताकि वो easily अपना prey catch कर पाए jump करके. एंड दे हैव वेब्ड फीट, और उनके फीट कैसे हैं? ऐसे वेब्ड फीट है ना उनके, डक की तरह, ताकि वो स्विम भी कर पाए पानी में. तो उन्हें नेचर ने दोनों टाइप के अडेप्टेशंस दिए हैं ताकि वो पानी में भी रह सके और लैंड पे भी रह सके. वी हैव डिस्कस्ड ओनली अ फ्यू कॉमन एनिमल्स इन प्लांट्स कंपेयर टू द वाइड वैरायटी. मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया था, हम सिर्फ कॉमन थोड़े बहुत पढ़ रहे हैं जो कि हमें लग रहा है कि विच आर एक्चुअली मतलब वर्थ डिस्कसिंग, है ना, जिन्होंने बहुत सारे फीचर्स शो करे हैं. फाइन. Now, this was the basic introduction. Okay, beta. So now we are done with this, and the next topic is the characteristics of organisms, which I've already discussed with you when we were talking in chapter 1, when we discussed about nutrition in chapter 1. At that time, I explained all these characteristics of organisms, right? The first one was growth, right? Then we had I'll tell you. Okay, first of all of them need food, that is, all of them need nutrition. Second is, all of them grow. Yes, all of them show respiration, right? All of them respond to stimuli. Yes, you remember that? I explained that response to stimuli also. Then the next one was all of them reproduce. That means they produce young ones of their own kind. Then all organisms excrete waste products, give out waste products of their body, right? So all these are the features of living organisms. They move, they show movement, right? I'm sorry. And so all these are the basic characteristics of living organisms, which we have already done. Understand? So what is your homework for today? In fact, let me just tell you, we are done with this chapter now. Okay. So what is your homework for today? I'll tell you. Okay, this is your homework. Okay. Question number 3 is your homework. All these fill in the blanks, these 5 fill in the blanks. That is your homework. Question number 4, question number 5, 6, and 7. So question number 3 to 7 here. Okay, that is your homework. Understand? That you will do in your copy. Fine? That you will do in your copy. Fine. So we are done with this chapter now. So now Thomas Matthew sir will be taking over from here, and tomorrow he will be taking up a new chapter with you. All right, beta. So till the time we don't meet again, I just want to wish all of you, please be very safe. Okay, be very good children. Stay at home. Behave nicely with your parents. Obey what they are saying, what they're asking you to do. Help them to do little things, okay, and be very good children. Okay, I know you're all very good children of mine. I hope you all stay like this. Okay, stay safe at home, do this homework, and we will meet soon. All right, and don't forget to pray to God that all these crisis gets over. All right, okay beta, take care. Bye all of you.